Is here, and I'm here to give you a brand new vlog. I'm planning on doing these weekly, so every weekend, Saturday, Sunday-ish, expect a new vlog. Anyways, let's get started. So what this one is going to be about is about managing and coping with stress. Now, this is a subject that I've learned a lot about recently because I've had a stress unit in my health class. I have done other methods in the world and learned about them. So it's gonna be a pretty good one, I hope. And the stuff that actually we learn in health is, I forget, it's something that's public domain. It's like everyone knows that, oh, this is what you do for stress, but I'm just saying to put it out there for my viewers. But anyways, here we go. Stress is, let me give you the medical definition, the reaction of the body that happens when a stressor impacts the person's life. So what happens with these stressors is they can be anything, as from waking up to school, tests, friends, drama, homework, girlfriend, boyfriend, a job, anything really. But the question is, which ones affect you? Now, you may not know that something is a stressor. You may just think, oh, it's just something, Paul. Waking up is a stressor. You know that if you have an alarm clock, probably we all do. That goes off in the morning. That's a stressor. So what happens is, with these stressors, you must learn in order to cope with all of them. Let me teach you a couple methods right now. What you should do is first, when you get hit by a small stressor, you won't notice it. Your body will instantly just go back to normal, and you won't even know that it was a stressor at all. But with some bigger ones, say, I'm sorry if this one touches home for anybody, but the death of a relative or a parent, the death of a loved one, say your grandpa or grandma dies. The problem is this is such a big stressor because if you knew them, it's like, why did they leave? You'd probably be crying a lot. You probably would cry a lot. It's very stressful in order to see what everything else does, how it all plays out. But here's what you gotta do. So with the death of a loved one, this is usually how it goes in the process. Usually that happens. Then you forget about school. Then you don't care about your grades because you have the funeral. Then you just have the funeral and you're crying some more. You don't care, you get in fights. And that's at least how it goes for my family. Which I haven't had a loved one die, and I know one of them is going to die soon, so I do not look forward to it at all. But if you don't, and you know they're going to die within 5 years, spend as much time as you possibly can. Every opportunity you have, please use it. I mean, it's like completely, it's the biggest thing. You have to use your opportunities to spend time with them. Because then you'll have all these good memories when they go. But that's a good way of coping with stress. That's my first point. Spend time with loved ones because they will be there for you no matter what. Family is always there. Trust me on it. The second point, the second thing you can do is humor. Now you may like humor, comedy. What? Watch the Jeff Dunham show. Watch some type of comedy that you like. Maybe it's a movie that you like. Jim Carrey, Yes Man, comes to my mind. Maybe it's a couple jokes you heard. Maybe it's something on YouTube. I'm going to relate you guys over to Tom Scott if you want comedy. The link will be appearing up right about there. There with his address, so I will also put it at the end. But Tom Scott has a bunch of comedy that is like funny, and it's awesome because, I mean, I watch a show. It's like two clips of his. They're about a minute or two, but they're funny to watch, and they always boost you up. Uh, and if you ever heard the Ass Stuff movies, ASDF movie 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are Tom Scott's original creation. Now there may be 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, but those are not Tom Scott. Only up to 4 as he's making the fifth one. Well, that's my little disclaimer. But anyways, back to the seriousness. What happens is also you can cope with stress with humor, with spending time with others, with meditation. Now this one you're like, isn't that what those monks do? They go om 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 om. Their fingers are something like this. Yes, that is a meditation. But the reason why they go om is because they need a constant. What they're doing in their mind is they're just focusing on that. They're letting everything else wash out of their mind. And then they are letting just focus into. They're trying to get into what they call the transcendental state. In between awake and to sleep. You're just floating around the middle. So what happens is with meditation, I will be putting up a quick vid after this one about how to meditate. You have to get some. I'll explain it in the video because I'm running out of time. But anyways, I'm going to continue on to relax. What does relax mean? Does it mean sitting down and playing video games? Does it mean getting a cup of hot cocoa and reading a book? And listening to some music? Or lying in your bed listening to music? Is it being with friends or family? What relieves you of stress? You should know this by now. For me, it's the combination of all of them that I listed. But it's good to know what you are relaxed by. So just excuse me. Find those relaxing points in your life and just go with it. And just use those when you need it. And one last thing that you can actually do to get rid of stress is physical activity. Now you're probably going, what? That should put more stress. It doesn't. With physical activity, your body actually works off the stress. So go for a run. And if you don't like running, go biking. And if you don't like biking, go swimming. If you don't like swimming, go airsofting or paintballing or something just to get you out there. And just to go do something. Because that is a very good stress reliever. But anyways, the last technique I have to tell you is probably one that I don't like at all, but it's up there because people do use it. It's called hypnosis. You've heard of it. Watch, you are getting very sleepy. Yeah, that's exactly what hypnosis is. But that is a very that method usually always works. But the problem is the price involved with it. Hypnotics will just charge money over money just to get you to relax. No, you're better off going on YouTube and finding some guy who put it up for free. Just pay the internet bill. Just pay the cable company and you can get hypnosis. But the reason why I don't like it is because I am a very morally based person, and hypnosis is a form of what I think is devil worshipping, although I am guilty of having done it once in health class. Mr. Tiedemann, my teacher, he was busy out giving us ideas, and then he had us try each one of these. He gave the class, and I must say it does work very well. I was in that transcendental state for over 20 minutes. Don't worry. I got to my next class on time. Well, barely on time. But the problem is, I have very questionable beliefs with the Bible. If you've already watched, which you should watch, my other ones, just not to be pushy, but my inspirational speech 1, 2, 3, and 4. God, I am a very big Christian, so if you're going to shut my video off for that, please do, because you hate Christians. But I think that God is also my fifth and final, well, my final one, true final one, is God. Now with hypnosis, it's not always good, but with God, there's always something reliable. He's always there for you. He'll always be there for you because he created you. I'm sorry if you're an atheist out there listening to this, you can shut me off right now. But he created you, he loves you, and you can pray to him. If you don't know how to pray, either go back to my second or third or fourth one, my inspirational speeches, and I do a little section about how to pray to God. And usually, whenever I pray, I always feel completely better about it. So those are the methods of cutting out and how to deal with, manage, and cope with stress. I hope that was informative. And please stay tuned. I will give you how to meditate in a minute. So until next